I've got a couple of things to get through, and then I'll try and let everyone get back to it. Before I even get into those, though, first and foremost, thank you all so much for coming. I know these are difficult times, and I'm tremendously honored to have each and every one of you here. It's fun to see everyone again this year and some new faces. I would like, if possible, could all the alumni please stand up for me in the crowd? I think this is amazing. Those guys came from every part of the country to be here this evening for this event, and that says something about what we're trying to do. That said, last year we did some exit surveys with our participants. We ran about 115 participants at the end of the summer, 9 weeks of programming, 5 different states. And those exit surveys showed that over 90% of participants would tend to describe the week as the best week of their life. And that says we're doing something right here. So that's what this evening is about. The money goes there. Some of the things that we as a board have talked a lot about what that is and what makes it that way, and there are a lot of things, and without getting into too many details, a couple of the really important things that we do, and one of the really meaningful things with any program is going to be tradition. And so this evening we've decided to share a couple of our traditions with you, one of which is a bossy. And the white ribbons you're wearing are actually part of a bossy. And at the end of each week of programming, these young adults get a white ribbon, and each one of them ties it on someone else's wrist. Now this stems from Southeast Asia, and if any of you have heard of this, what happens is whenever anyone there faces any sort of adversity in their life, the village comes together and they call back their protective spirits. At the end of that, everyone ties a white ribbon on their wrist and wishes them well. We were filming in Laos, and we had one held for us, and Trask is here tonight. He was filming it. We had a lot of problems before that, but none after. But what I liked about it was that it was a material reminder of something really positive, and these weeks are really positive. And so to go home after these weeks, sometimes cancer comes back and life comes back and jobs come back, but the white ribbons stay, and they're a reminder of what they went through and we went through during these weeks of programming, and hopefully for you, what you went through this evening and what you gave this evening. And they're also your bidder numbers, so please don't lose them. The other tradition that runs very deep in this foundation is a candle lighting ceremony, which the alum are very familiar with. And the very simple explanation here is that at the end of our first week of programming, my mom came up with this idea where each volunteer and each participant alike gets a candle, and they light it, and they put it on a pool. It's sort of a graduation for them. And as they do that, they send out a thought or a prayer for themselves, someone in need, whatever it is that they choose to think. Well, we have candles in front of each of you, so throughout the evening, when you find time or it seems appropriate, please light those and put those in the water in the middle of your table, as that's one of our oldest traditions. And in June 22nd of 2008, we lost Alan Goldberg to cancer, as many of you know. So we now do one candle for participants who couldn't return to camp, and one candle for Alan. And I'm going to give this to Lisa Goldstein, who puts it out at every camp for us. Thank you. And this one for Cece. There she is, our Cuban cowgirl. This is the candle that goes to all the participants who couldn't return. So if you guys find time this evening and feel the need, that's something that's very sacred to us. Alan, for those of you who were last year and met him, or knew him through the foundation or life, maybe, knew how amazing he was and all the things that he brought to First Ascents. Well, one of those gifts that Alan gave us came in the form of a very dear friend and a very big part of this foundation. 2 years ago, Alan challenged his best friend, Brent Goldstein, to race in something I will never do, making that very clear, the Leadville 100. And Brent has finally stopped asking me, which is awesome. But he has recruited a few people that's able to ride with him. So the first year, Brent not only decided to ride the Leadville 100, but he also chose to do it as a fundraiser for First Ascents. That year, he raised $80,000. Yeah. And in recognition of Brent's achievement, Alan thought and we agreed that we should create an award to recognize the highest donor of the year, the highest fundraiser. And that obviously went to Brent, and it's the Golden Paddle Award. Well, Brent outdid himself again. This past year, Brent did the Leadville 100 with his team of guys and raised $115,000. Brent did something really cool at that point. It was obvious that Brent was going to win the Golden Paddle Award again, despite our best efforts. And Jesse Horton has made the Golden Paddle Award, and Brent asked, and again, we agreed, that this become the Alan Goldberg Golden Paddle Award in his memory. And so Brent, I'm honored to call you up here to accept this award yet again, and give us some.
Thank you all. Thank you all for being here. This is obviously very bittersweet this year. My best friend in the world, Alan Goldberg, since the first grade, was the one who gave me this award last year. And he handed it off to me and we gave each other a hug. And as you all know, he's not here to do that this year. So we carried on. I do want to thank Kevin Kane and Dean Gregory sitting at this table over here. They've been with me the last 2 years in Leadville. And they've helped me with this effort. It's not all me, it's them and some others on our team. So if you guys want to quickly stand up. This year we have a local Vail resident, Jamie Mallins, in the back corner from Pine. He's going to join us. See if he can do it. I'm sure this race isn't that big a deal to all you Colorado Uber athletes, but we're all just middle-aged guys from Maryland, and we've ridden 20 miles. That was an epic ride. So doing 100 miles is pretty crazy for us, but we did it. And the fact that we were able to do this to raise money for First Descents just made the whole thing so magical for us and meaningful. Alan's family couldn't be here tonight to join us, but they asked me to read something Alan's mom actually put together, so bear with me as I read. I prefer to do that, but this is something she wrote, and I prefer everyone could just listen closely. Though we could not be with you this evening, we wanted Brent to convey our best wishes, and thank you all for attending tonight's event. The hard work and dedication of all of you who support First Descents is a true tribute to Alan's dream and legacy. As you can imagine, it has been an incredibly difficult year for our family since Alan lost his battle with cancer last June. I know many of you here tonight knew him personally and professionally. For those of you who did not, Alan was a dynamic person who lived life to the fullest and practiced what he preached. Having been a childhood cancer survivor, he understood the emotional and physical turmoil and challenges that a diagnosis with cancer means. As a result, he dedicated his life to helping children and adults cope with cancer and enjoy life in spite of it. Since Alan's passing last summer, we have been amazed and awed at the impact that his crusade to help cancer patients and defy all odds has had on so many people. Every day we learn about someone who is running a marathon or entering a triathlon or Ironman or running a 10K in Alan's honor. As many of you know, Alan believed in taking control of your life and running with it. We're thrilled that so many have taken him literally as well as figuratively and are honoring him with these extraordinary feats and accomplishments. I'd like to share something that was written by Ralph Waldo Emerson and sent to, this is Alan's mom, to me by one of Alan's closest friends who lives in San Francisco. We feel this typifies Alan and how he lived his life and would want others to live theirs. To laugh often and love much. To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children. To earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends. To appreciate beauty. To find the best in others. To leave the world a bit better, whether by a healthy child, a garden patch, or a redeemed social condition. To know even only one life has breathed easier because you have lived. This is to have succeeded, and Alan succeeded. Thank you again for all the heroic work you do on behalf of children and adults afflicted with cancer. We take great comfort in knowing that Alan's work will be carried on through his many friends and colleagues at First Descents and by all of you. We are with you tonight in spirit, and I know Alan is smiling down and probably wishing that we'd stop all the talking and get on with the party. With love, Alan's family. I just want to add one other thing. I met with Brad Ludden, Craig Cohen, and Mike Friedberg this weekend, and we talked about a new concept that kind of stems from our Leadville concept, which is Team First Descents. And we'd like to get anybody who wishes to do any kind of endurance race, whether it's a bike event, a 100-mile bike event, or a local Vail town race, or any type of marathon.